guys, it's Brad here and welcome back to my horse vlog. So we are back with our Mustang Makeover that is being hosted by Silver Strides Academy. If you haven't seen the first video, you totally should. I introduce our Mustang. She's a mare. She was name tag number 1, well, is name tag number 1, and we finally were able to kind of get her comfortable with us being close to her and touching her shoulders and her neck and her head. So now we are trying to remove her name tag that still says number 1 on it, and it hangs around her neck. It's been a while, it's been a few days, and I had an idea that maybe we can get her to hold still if we find her favorite snack. So first I ended up trying some horse-safe cookies someone in the barn brought, and she was a little interested at first. She came over and gave the treats some sniffs. However, she decided that she did not like them at all, stomping her hoof multiple times as her head raised with her ears back. And I was like, okay, all right, no cookies, got it, and decided to go find something else. So I left her out in the paddock as I ran back to the barn to find a more suitable snack. And then it hit me, a carrot. Hamilton goes absolutely crazy for carrots, so maybe she'll like them as well. Or at least nibble on it curiously long enough for me to get the tag off. I debated bringing out something to cut the string off, but quickly realized how dangerous that could be and decided that no, I want to get it off through her being comfortable with me moving her long, unkept mane and kind of sliding it over her ears and off of her head. So as I walked back out, I took a few deep breaths to calm myself and confidently approached the paddock with my carrot in hand. A few others actually seemed interested in the carrot, but our Mustang number 1, she snorted and trotted right over and kind of got the others to move. She's, I would say, I don't want to say like high in the herd pecking order, but she's definitely very confident when it comes to some of the other geldings, and that was awesome. Maybe she could smell the carrot, and but no, when she got closer, her attitude changed. She was not even getting close enough to nibble. She turned and kicked and bolted, and I was left standing in shock there for a few moments. One of the geldings, actually, who was originally scared off, like, nervously approached to see about the carrot. I had to kind of like snap back and put the carrot back in my pocket and offer a friendly hand instead, because I wasn't sure who his owner was and I didn't know if it was okay to have the carrot. So we decided best be safe, and I just gave him some nice pats. I was pretty defeated, not gonna lie, so I gave up for now, but I decided I'm gonna eat some lunch and then we'll try later. And I might have nibbled on the carrot heading back to the barn, and then maybe made a nice salad. Goodness. So after I was digging through my backpack after lunch for some gum, when I got hit with another idea. A peppermint. What horse can resist a peppermint? So I was speed walking over to the tack room, and I grabbed a few peppermints from the glass jar on the shelves before booking it out to the paddock. Looking over at all the Mustangs made me realize that most already had their name tags off and also had their own name. And this is what kind of struck me with a bit of guilt. There had been a name that I couldn't stop thinking about. However, it's an M name, and I already have a lot. But I decided, you know what? I'm not going to let that stop myself. I let out a few calls to get her attention, and then I could hear the thuds of her trot as she came over to see what I had. That is when I called her Mystic for the first time, and she actually seemed to be very receptive of that. I held my hand out, and she stuck her tongue out and lifted her little mouth lips to kind of get a sniff of the peppermint, and then she just almost devoured my hand. It was kind of slobbery, but it was great. She loved it. She was eating it. And in that time, I had a moment to realize, oh, the tag. And so I kind of slowly lifted my hand and started to reach for her mane and started moving it. She stopped a few times to kind of look at me, but then like continued kind of enjoying her mint, and I was able to fully take her tag off and held it out as she kind of like side-eyed it, but then just kind of let out a snort and started sniffing around for more peppermints. And I laughed, and it was just, I was so excited to finally get this name tag off, because now she finally had her name, and it was Mystic. So that was the first kind of big part. And then I gave her about a day or two of break, just, you know, to have us bond and me not really push anything. But then eventually I decided it was time to bring out the halter, because Foxer is the instructor at Silver Strides, who is actually helping lead us in what we should do next. So halter training it was, and slowly, bit by bit, peppermint by peppermint, I got her used to the halter. I would hold the halter up, put the peppermint on the other side, kind of let her put her head through it on her own, and just let her realize that this halter like wasn't very scary. She never seemed to have much of a problem with it, and one of the times I was practicing, I decided, all right, this was it, and I tied it on her and just kind of let it sit on her, and she didn't care, which was really kind of surprising until later when I was looking in her files a little bit more. She had been kept in the captivity for about a year, so she might have actually even had a halter on at some point, maybe if she had to go to the vet or some like emergency. I'm not too sure, but she seemed to be very okay with it, which was amazing. Decided to test my luck a little bit, so I left her in the paddock with the halter on for like most of that day, and then eventually went out to go get it off of her. But I was like, let me see how she would do on a lead rope, because I just couldn't shake the feeling that maybe she has already done this and was more comfortable. So, but I still took our time with it. I held the rope in front of her and kind of let her just like sniff it a little bit, dragging it behind me. She didn't really care. I pulled out a piece of peppermint because I didn't want her to eat too many peppermints, so I started breaking them into smaller pieces. And she was trotting over. But then after having her little peppermint, she wandered off. And then I kind of just approached her again with it. And again, maybe this wasn't the best idea, but I was feeling adventurous. I went ahead and attached it to the halter, and she didn't mind. If anything, when I started walking, she was following, and when I stopped, she stopped. Really was just kind of sniffing around, and not that she seemed excited to do anything, but she wasn't like nervous or scared, which was really nice. We stopped. I let her graze with it on for a little bit, kind of let the rope dangle, but made sure not to let her hooves get like caught in it or anything. And then after a few moments, I patted her on the side, and I actually took the whole halter off and just held it there, and was so happy knowing that every step felt like it would be a lot smoother. But I know that progress isn't going to be perfect. We will have things that she struggles with, but at least knowing that she is really brave and willing to try just makes me really happy and excited for our journey. So her full name reveal is SSS, which, if you guys don't know, stands for Sunnyside Stables, which is like our home stables. But it's SSS, the Mystic Beyond, and I will call her Mystic. And so, yep, this was a kind of a long part 2, but I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please subscribe and, yeah, comment, all that stuff. It's really helpful, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye!